Hello everybody, once again, welcome to SFF180. It is Monday, March the 30th, and as you can see by this kind of teetering stuck on my lap, it looks like we've got a good mailbag this week. I hope you all have had a very lovely weekend. It has been sunny and beautiful here in Austin, and a good weekend for reading, and a good week ahead. So let's see what is in all of these bundles, shall we? Some boxes and some big envelopes. Looks exciting. Okay, so this first one feels like a hardcover from the Penguin Group. And it's another alternative history from the writing factory that is Harry Turtledove. This one here looks just a bit on the rah-rah side. The name is Joe Steele, which pretty much sounds like a porn star. When does it come out? It comes out the 7th of April, and let's see what it's all about, shall we? Joe Steele is a rock-hard pimp who... Oh, no, that's not it. Oh, here it is. President Herbert Hoover has failed America. Oh, well. And the Great Depression that rose from the ashes from the 1929 stock market crash still casts its dark shadow over the country. Despairing and desperate, the American people hope one of the potential Democratic candidates, New York Governor Franklin D. Roosevelt and California Congressman Joe Steele, can get the nation on the road to recovery. But fate snatches away one hope when a mansion fire claims the life of Roosevelt, leaving the Democratic Party little choice but to nominate Steele. Okay, then. Well, there you have it. Joe Steele out April 7th from Rock in hardcover. Good old Harry Turtledove back with his alternate history. I mean, how can people not make jokes about that name? Oh, by the way, if the quality of the light in this episode is a little bit different, I'm actually shooting this during the bright sunny day, which I don't usually do. I usually shoot at night. This is a package from Prometheus, and this is the arc of a new book called The Chart of Tomorrows. The author is Chris Wilrich. And, you know, he's written a couple of books that I've had here on the pile for a while, and I really wish I'd get around to them because I've heard good things about them, like The Silk Map and the Scroll of Years, I believe, are his previous books. Yeah, and this comes out July the 7th. I don't know, let's have a look, see what this is all about. This seems like a guy I'd like to catch up with. Joe Steele is a banging stud who... Oh, no, that's not it. The Poet Persimmon Gaunt and the Thief Imago Bone. Sorry. Anyway, these guys had sought only to retire from adventuring and start a family, but they never reckoned on their baby becoming the chosen vessel of the mystical energies of a distant eastern land. With their son Innocence, hunted by various factions, hoping to use him as a tool, they kept him safe at the cost of trapping him in a pocket dimension of accelerated time. Now free, the 13-year-old Innocence has rejected his parents and his destiny, and has made dangerous friends in a barbaric western land of dragon-prowed ships and rugged fjords. Desperately, Gaunt and Bone seek to track him down along with their companion Snowpine and her daughter, A Girl is a Joy, who was once trapped with Innocence too. This is the week for bizarre character names. But as the nomadic Carvax and their war balloons strike west and a troll king spins his webs, and Joy is herself chosen by the spirit of the very land Innocence has fled to, Gaunt and Bone find themselves at the heart of a vast struggle, and their own son is emerging from that conflict as a force of evil. To save him and everything they know, they turn to a dangerous magical book, The Chart of Tomorrows, that reveals pathways through time. Upon the treacherous seas of history, Gaunt and Bone must face the darkness in each other's pasts in order to rescue their future. Okay, all kidding aside, sounds like it could be a lot of fun, very picaresque adventure. The Chart of Tomorrows by Chris? Chris is not a hard name to say. Unlike Joe Steele. July the 7th, from Pyre. Okay, this has just come to me from Tor. This is an arc for what is called the author's definitive edition of a book called The Unremembered, which I got in hardcover when it first came out. So I now have that version and this version, which I assume is definitive. Let's see. So this one comes out April the 7th. The original one came out, I think, in like 2011, and then there's a sequel to it coming out soon, but I guess he wasn't very happy with it, so they've gone back and let him do some more work with it. And I'll be honest with you, I started it, and it felt like a bog-standard epic fantasy, stock characters, cliche, tropes, what have you. But who knows what he's done with it since. Anyway, it's called The Unremembered. The guy's name is Peter O'Rulian. Did anyone read the original when it first came out all the way through? Let me know in the comments what you thought of it. But this says, powerful storytelling, epic characters, The Unremembered has been critically acclaimed, earning star reviews and glowing praise. But in working on the second book in the series, Peter O'Rulian realized that some core truth was missing. He found that truth and further realized that to tell the story correctly, he needed to go back to the very beginning. For one of the few times in our publishing history, Tor is choosing to relaunch a title in order to honor the author's vision of a compelling recasting of his epic fantasy series. So it sounds like this version now renders the previous version completely irrelevant. The gods who created this world have abandoned it. In their mercy, however, they chained the rogue god and the monstrous creatures he created to plague mortal kind in the vast and inhospitable wasteland of the Born. The magical veil that protected humankind for millennia has become weak, and creatures of nightmare have now come through. Those who stand against evil know that only drastic measures will prevent a devastating invasion. Ton Junel is a hunter blissfully unaware of the dark forces that imperil his world. Then two strangers, an imperious man who wears the sigil of the feared order of Shisan, and a beautiful woman of the legendary Far, come to the Hollows, urging Ton, his sister, and his two best friends to leave. They will not say why, but the journey upon which they embark will change Ton's life and the world forever. So you get, there's quest fantasy. Well, I don't know. I mean, if I didn't have a bajillion other books to read, it might be interesting to read the old version of this one and the new version side by side to see what's changed. But in any event, you have the author's definitive edition of the Unremembered being re-released on April the 7th. And here's a big old box from Hatchet, and I think I know what's in here. This is going to be some stuff that's already been released, some Orbit titles. Sometimes I can have to shake the tree where Orbit is concerned, but we'll see what they've sent me, shall we? Joe Steele is a rockin' ex-member of the Village People who... Oh wait, that's not it. Aha, well how about this? Here we are, indeed, the Autumn Republic. This is Brian T. McClellan's third volume in his Powder Mage trilogy, and the whole trilogy's out. Yay, so now I can just sort of bang them all out. But this is in fact out right now in hardcover from Orbit, and this is a very much beloved series, a Flintlock fantasy, and now complete. And also, here's one I've been looking forward to. It's a book called The Mechanical. The author is Ian Tregillis. And if you have been subscribed to me for a very long time, you will know that I reviewed Ian Tregillis' previous novel on this channel. A really fascinating and I thought highly energetic and just loads of fun, but very bizarre fantasy called Something More Than Night, which was like a combination of hard-boiled detective noir and St. Thomas Aquinas theological ideas about angels and... Anyway, just go check out that review. The book is wild. But this is called The Mechanical, and let's see what this is all about. Here it says, my name is Jax. That is the name granted to me by my human masters. I am a slave, but I shall be free. Set in a world that might have been, of mechanical men and alchemical dreams. The new novel from Ian Tregillis confirms his place as one of the most original new voices in speculative fiction. Yeah, it doesn't do much on the back in terms of giving a plot synopsis, but yeah, this is essentially the idea of a robot. I think they're called clackers in this kind of sort of maybe steampunk environment. And yes, the whole I am a real boy sort of thing. Anyway, really cool looking edition, and I guess it's either out now or about to be out very soon from Orbit. Okay, and finally I have this big box from Paizo, and I suspect what this is probably going to be because Paizo basically does one thing. They do books for this tabletop RPG game called Pathfinder, and this might be a new Pathfinder guide. And indeed it is. It is the Pathfinder Strategy Guide. I do not review game-related books, player's guides, things like that on my site or my channel, but for whatever reason, Paizo has me on their mailing list. Thanks, guys, for sending me this, so least I can do is showcase it to you. Maybe some of you are Pathfinder players, and therefore you will be happy to know this is out. I do have at least one friend who is a devoted player of this game, so he will be happy to get this, because I tend to give him the Pathfinder books when they come in. It'll save him 30 bucks. So anyway, Strategy Guide, Pathfinder players, here it is. So strategize. Joe Steele is a hardened warrior who packs a massive club in the... Oh wait, that's not it. All right, everybody, that is it. That is it for this week's mailbag. Thanks very much, as always, for watching. As usual, fire up the comments. Let me know which of these books looks most exciting and interesting to you. And as always, if you enjoyed watching, please leave a like, share this video far and wide with your SFF reading friends, and above all, please subscribe. That is how SFF180 grows. And until I see all you guys next week, happy reading.